awakening to the potential of your imagination and everything that constitutes who you are as a person comes from childhood dreams, experiences, vulnerabilities, challenges, breakdown of everything that you look to achieve and everything that you've already achieved. The amazing moments between you and yourself where you've done some crazy, amazing things that people just won't ever know that you did. But deep down inside, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Or, yo, you remember 3 years ago when I did that? I remember one time I was going to the bus stop. It was time for my interview. I was gonna be interviewed for a job, and that day, it was my interview was probably 30 or 40 minutes, and coming up, it was about 30 minutes. I had 30 minutes to get there, basically. Sorry for rambling. And I was dressed up, and I needed to cross the street because the bus was coming pretty soon. So there was a truck, a delivery truck that was going down the road, and it started crossing an intersection. It's coming, and that truck was going pretty fast. And I'm like, you know what? I'm young. I love a challenge. I love to run. I bet I could dash across the street without that truck hitting me. What did I do? My instincts said to me, do it. Who cares? You could get hit, but fuck it. Do it. I'm in my black Ralph Lauren dress pants and some Neiman and Marcus dress shoes. I'm looking pretty suave. And I dart across the road so quick, and it was so impressive that the passenger in that truck looked in his rearview mirror, like on the side mirror of the truck, and he saw me. And then I looked at him, and then he looked out of the window and looked at me and gave me a huge thumbs up. Like, he was so impressed. And when I was on the sidewalk, my chest was puffed out. I was like, yes, I did do that. But I've done so many amazing things. And only things that I've seen that I've did. Come on, you can't deny that you've had those moments in your life where you've done something impeccable, or something that was worth a huge applaud. And it's those moments that we can't forget, that we have to cherish. Because that's you. If you ever forget who you are, just look at those moments. Obviously, I'm a risk taker. Obviously, I like to run. Obviously, I'm not scared to take a risk, right? Because that was a defining moment. It's those moments that are unplanned, where your character just comes out of nowhere, and you're peaked. You're in the climax of your life, in the most daring and dangerous situations. These situations and these moments will clarify who you are without a shadow of a doubt, right? So, the potential of yourself, your imagination, and everything that you are as a whole, that is just an entirely special universe. That's just something uncanny. That's just something that nobody in the world can label, they cannot define, and they cannot measure. That's why people's opinions of you and their judgments are false and irrelevant. They will always fall short to that imagination, that potential, that universe that you have inside of you, that no one can ever determine or dictate or define. That's just you and God. So remember that, because that's what you're born with. That's you. That's youth. That very thing right, that never gets old. That never gets old. You might react to it. You might react to certain situations, daring situations, in a different way than when you were younger, but you'll never stop encountering. You will never stop approaching it. You will never stop pursuing that challenge or that feat. You know. So these are the things that really clarify who you are, And I always have this one saying, and it's if you ever forget who you are, just go home. Go home to mom and dad if you have to, right? Go home to that aunt, right? Go back to that church, or go back to that street, or go back to that treehouse, go back to that pond, or maybe go back to that little dog that you used to play with down the street while you were waiting for your bus to go to school, right? Go back to that. Don't leave. Don't let society and technology and the advancement of our world carry you out of place and make you forget who you are or where you come from. Go home. Take care. Cheers.